The 49ers are having a damn good season.
Okay.
The Warriors have won 8 of their last 11, so they're getting it together.
Gotcha.
And U.S. is up 1-0.
Yep.
So when I think about our teams, I think they're all at this particular moment looking good. And so there were a lot of texts yesterday about negativity. It's like, hey, San Francisco 49ers are 7-4. They're 7-4. And it just, I don't know. I just got to thinking about the Super Bowl. There's something that's been gnawing at me, Like they're 7-4. They're having a good year. Maybe we do talk about them like they ain't doing enough.
Well,
but if so, why? I know before the season, I was saying I don't understand why everybody just expects that they're going to kind of roll to the NFC Championship. That's what I said. I thought they had a rookie quarterback. Second-year quarterback. I was like, they're not going to the Super Bowl with Trey Lance. Okay, Trey Lance gets hurt. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo. Well, at that point, I'm thinking, that's not really the way it worked out, but okay, I guess they're going to run it back. They're going to run it back. Okay, well, here's something that I've been thinking about that I don't get. The Super Bowl or bust. Okay? Let's say the 49ers let's say they win, they go to the playoffs, they're 11-6, and they win one and lose one.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
I would still think about bringing Garoppolo back. And I wouldn't necessarily look at it as a disappointment. And the reason is the Super Bowl or bust thing is unrealistic. To me, what's more important is you put together a stretch of years where you contend. Yes, you want to win a Super Bowl. Absolutely, you want to win a Super Bowl. But you know what's more important to me is saying, hey, man, we made the NFC, or we've made the second round of the playoffs 3 out of the last 4 years. It's like, don't you want to be like the Philadelphia Eagles under Andy Reid? Of course, yeah. Do you want him to win a title? Of course you wanted Donovan McNabb to win a title. But they made the playoffs 9 of 11 years.
And multiple NFC championship games.
That's, to me, exactly. So you look at teams like the Ravens. They're consistently there. 5 of 6 years. Like, isn't that the first step? Like, start getting to the playoffs consistently and build from there. Like, why is this year Jimmy Garoppolo the be-all, the end-all, when, okay, maybe, let's say they get to the NFC Championship game again. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to say we've been to the NFC Championship game 3 out of 4 years, and we went to the Super Bowl 1 of those years. We're right there. We got to get over the hump. That's what's crazy about that. I don't get it.
Well, it's different. It's different levels to it, Stoney. It's dependent on who you're talking to. If you're talking about Kyle Shanahan, in a perfect world, you're right. You want that consistency. So if you talk about another trip to the NFC Championship and you're not get it done, at what point do you say, hey, all that's cute, but the goal is to win a Super Bowl, and you've had 3 chances to get to it, get that done. So that's one. And as a fan, short for fanatic, Steiny, all that stuff is cute, but would you rather be the Rams where you go get it done and hoist up that Lombardi trophy and say, we were the best, and then fall off the next year like we're watching? I'm the one that I want that done. I want you hire Kyle to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But Jimmy's different.
Maybe they'll make a run this year, and maybe they'll win it.
No doubt. But you're saying Jimmy coming back, there's other dynamics in play about him coming back, because I totally understand if he were to come back, even if you didn't win a Super Bowl. But
absolutely.
I just feel like what you just set up and what you said is people that are, that are different, some that are passionate are going to have a different answer. But for me, I call Kyle Shanahan a genius, You got to get it done. And if you're getting close and smoking off 10-point leads every time you get there, then we got a problem.
Okay, when do let's say they get to the NFC Championship game and lose, do we have a problem? Do we have a problem?
Yeah, I would believe the problem is not with the players. We got the product on the field. We got a coach that gets lemon booty. Okay. I don't know why.
Congratulations, you just fired Andy Reid.
Well, see, he left Philly to get his ring.
The first thing to me, the 49ers, well, yes, you want to win a Super Bowl.
Right.
But to me, it's more important. The Eagles have gone to the playoffs they're going to go to the playoffs for the 5 of the last 6 years. All right, this year when they go. A team like even the Titans, of course they want to win it. They're a perennial playoff team. 49ers are not yet a perennial playoff team.
But what about the history, Steiny?
I don't care about 25 years ago. That has nothing to do with today. Today, the 49ers are who they are with Kyle Shanahan, who's trying to win a Super Bowl like they did 30-whatever years ago. They've gone to the NFC Championship 2 out of the last 3 years after he took over the team for 2 years. He's on the verge of now getting to the playoffs 3 out of the last 4 years. If they don't win the whole enchilada this year, it's like, no, I'm sorry. This is not the be-all and end-all. It's not the end of the world. It could be and should be, and you should want it to be, the start of a stretch of 49ers are going to make the playoffs 8 of the next 9 years and are going to be knocking on the door like Pittsburgh always knocks on the door, like the Ravens always knock on the door. That's, to me, more important than winning it this year. I'd rather see them in the hunt.
Okay.
Year in and year out. And they haven't proven under Shanahan that's who they are. They get to the playoffs this year, win a game or two, then it's like, you know what? This is who the Niners are.
Now, I'm not even mad, and I didn't see this coming. And I'm with you 5 days a week, and I've been so since 2018, Matt. You have questioned Kyle, especially when he's put in the category of the top-tier head coaches that have got things done. You always ask, and I'm asking you now, why is he there? His record's 500. So, again, you're telling me and the masses another trip and a couple playoff wins, but not getting it done, that will suffice you to where now you're not questioning Kyle? Because to me, I'm questioning Kyle putting the game plan together.
Yeah, pretty much.
If we're getting close and we're smoking leads where we can go on, that is cool. But we got standards here.
If the San Francisco 49ers lose in the NFC Championship game this year, we have no problem with Kyle Shanahan. We have no problem with Kyle Shanahan, and at that point, he'll be the coach for at least the next 5 years. He'll coach as long as he wants to coach.
Which is probably what's going to happen anyway.
Well, no. Listen, here's the way I look at it. Shanahan came in and they didn't win for 2 years. They went to the Super Bowl. They lost. The next year, they didn't go to the playoffs because of injury.
Got you.
Last year, what happened? They got to the NFC Championship. I'm sorry. Yeah, NFC Championship game.
Yes, they did.
Okay. They're one series away from only one playoff, if you know what I mean, in the Kyle Shanahan tenure. If they didn't make the playoffs last year, then you look at Shanahan's tenure and be like, oh, my gosh, what's he done? But he did make the playoffs, and he did go deep. And if they make the playoffs this year and go deep, which means the 49ers go deep into the playoffs 3 of 4 years to basically start off the Kyle Shanahan era, you're damn right he's untouchable at that point. Absolutely.
So hardware doesn't matter to you? Like if he
absolutely matters.
If he's ringless.
If he's going to get us to, can he get to the 3 out of the next 4 NFC championships?
But
I'll take my chances.
But Steiny, you mentioned Andy Reid, who I lost to you. You won that argument.
He coached for 10 years
but he had
and
to
didn't
go
get it
somewhere.
done.
Yeah, so Philadelphia, with all those accolades, he had to go somewhere. Time was up. We hear that all the time. So my question to you is, are you telling Niner fans, don't worry about the Super Bowl, just be cool with getting close? Because I think the people that call and text this show and the history that you're dismissing, it matters.
No,
Steiny, they got a lot of Super Bowl victories they had, and under this regime, I don't think a diehard Niner fan is going to take a lot more of getting close.
They've made the playoffs like 7 times in the last 22 years.
And could
3 of the last 4 years, they will have gone to the NFC Championship, and we got a problem. That's where I think, here's what I think. I think if you're that kind of fan that says we have a problem, your expectations are absolutely, positively ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous.
Because in the media, Stoney Kyle's
I choose
golden,
to believe,
man. Everybody talks about him like he's the Don.
What I choose to believe is most fans are actually, like me, look at it rationally, look at the San Francisco 49ers, realize exactly where they are right now, 7-4, say, we got a shot at it again this year.
They do.
We got a shot at it for our third time in 4 years. We got a shot at it. Like, does that mean they're automatically going to win it? No, only one team wins it. Only one team wins it. So if they don't win it, but they're part of the Final Four for the third year out of 4, I think most 49er fans are saying, I like where we're at. Do I wish we'd won a Super Bowl? Of course, but let's keep going in that direction. That's what I'm saying.
Because you keep coming down my road about hey, Goo, you fixated on the 10-point leads. And I didn't make that up. Those are facts. What if you got a fourth quarter lead again this year in the NFC Championship game, and for whatever reason, you lose that? At what point do you not judge the coach if you're the owner or you're a fan to say, you know what, this coach can get us there, but he can't close the deal? When is that valid? Because that's already happening now. I can make a case that they should have played in their second Super Bowl,
well, if you,
coming off a 2019 victory.
Well, we can play that game at the end of the year if they lose a 10-point lead in the playoffs. So at that point, do you fire him for
firing is
bad luck?
Yeah. No, you ain't
because
firing
you think
him.
Do you fire him because he's bad karma? Like, is he born under a bad spell, as Creedence Clearwater Revival would say?
I told you once that I would take losing Heartbreak Hotel all day over not making it. So I'm not saying fire. I'm just saying I don't think the fan base would be what you're saying and painting the picture. I get it, Steiny. You want to be in it. But if you lose Heartbreak Hotel like again, people are going to be hot. And they won't be satisfied until they get over the top.
Okay. Well, you know what?
Right.
Those are the kind of fans that I hope never experience success of their team, who expect a title, who expect it. A title should be something like...
What if you want it, though? That's different than
expect. You don't get everything you want.
Because expect means you play. You want it. You ever want anything?
How many teams would switch places with the Niners right now?
Everyone that didn't make the offs. All day, every day.
Okay.